guys, if you're having any hip pain, whether it's in the front of your hip or the side of your hip or the back of your hip, I know it can be a real pain and really hard to get rid of. But I have 5 exercises that you can do starting today to get rid of that hip pain, build that hip strength, and start feeling better and be able to get back to all of your favorite activities. And all you need is one loop resistance band, just like this. So we're gonna start by lying on the mat. And you can do this on a mat, you can do this on a table or a bed, whatever you need to do, but place a band around your thighs, right above your knees. And we're gonna lie on our side, and this is the easiest one to start. So even if you feel like, oh, I have really bad hip pain, I can't do any of these exercises, trust me, you'll be able to do this one. And even if the band is too tough, you can do it without the band, but this first one is called a clamshell. And you may have heard of this before, and sometimes it gets a bad rap. People don't like this one, they say it's too easy, but I think it's a good exercise, especially if done correctly. So you want your knees and your hips bent a little bit, you want your feet together, and what you wanna do is you're just gonna lift the top knee, keeping your feet together as high as you can without letting your hip roll backwards. And then you're gonna bring it back down slowly. So you're just gonna lift that top knee and bring it back down. And it's really important not to let your hip roll back, because then you're using different muscles for this exercise. So you wanna just lift up here and back down, lift up and back down. Nice and slow. You wanna start with 1 set of 10 and then rest. And if you feel like you can do another one, go ahead and do set number 2. And then you can even go to set number 3. I wouldn't go more than 3 sets of 10. But doing this nice and slow and controlled, you're really gonna feel it in your hip muscles here, in your glutes, and this is a great way to start. So you wanna do this on both sides, but it's a great way to start building hip abduction strength, glute strength, and decreasing that hip pain. Okay, so to make that one a little bit more difficult, we're gonna come up on our elbow here, and we're gonna come up into a side plank and do the same motion. So this is just a more challenging version of the last one, but it really works on glute strength. It also works on the other side. So what you wanna do, same thing, keep your feet together, just lift that top knee, slowly back down. Lift that top knee, slowly back down. You wanna get a set of 10, you can come back down and relax, and then come back up, repeat another set of 10, and you can do a third set if you're ready for that. If you feel like it's super tough by the end of the second set, keep it at 2 until you're ready for 3. And then you'll flip to the other side and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now we're going to go on our back, and I'm gonna show you 2 different ways to do this exercise. We're gonna keep this band around our thighs, and we're gonna do a bridge. So just a simple bridge is a great place to start. You wanna make sure you're lifting up till your hips are even here, your whole body's even, nice and slow. But then I'm gonna make this a little harder. So here, we're gonna add a march, just like this. So now we're working on our hip flexors, we're working on our core, we're working on our glutes. Just like this, you wanna do 10 to 15 marches, and then slowly lower down, and then lift up. Another 10 to 15. And if that's all you can do, that's okay. If you want to do a third set, go ahead and lift and do a third set. So that's a great exercise because it's working on kind of all the way around your hips. But if you feel like that's too tough right away, you can just start with the regular bridge here and then add in the march when you're ready. Okay, for the last 2 exercises, we're going to go ahead and stand up and move this band to down around our ankles. For this one, I don't have anything to hold on to, but I would suggest that you do this by a counter or put a chair in front of you, just so you have something for balance, just in case. So the first exercise is hip abduction. So the abductors are these muscles that bring our leg out to the side, and the main one is the gluteus medius. So kind of this muscle here, and that muscle is really important, especially in walking up and down stairs, really doing any daily activity. So we're working on strengthening that muscle. So we're gonna stand feet about shoulder width apart, and you want to just lift this leg, keep your feet straight, lift it straight out to the side, and then bring it back in. You don't want to lean too much, and that's why I suggest kind of holding on to something, but bring it out to the side, slowly back in. Out to the side, slowly back in. You want to do 10, and then you'll go ahead and do 10 on the other side. Even if your hip only hurts on one side, I would still suggest doing both sides. And this exercise kind of works on both too, because you're stabilizing on one leg and moving with the other leg. So you want to do another set of 10, and then like the other exercises, you can go ahead and repeat 10 on each side. If you want to do 3 sets of 10, go ahead and do that as well. Okay, so the last exercise is these band star taps. So you're going to stand on one leg, again, hold on to something if you need to. You're going to tap forward with your foot, kind of at an angle here, out to the side, at an angle back, and then straight back, kind of like a star. And then you can start forward again if you want to, but I like to just kind of go back around. And these don't have to be perfect. You know, you can just do kind of tap to the front, tap somewhere out to the side, kind of make your way around here. This I like to do just for 20 or 30 seconds. You don't really have to count these. And then once you're done, go ahead and do the other leg. So forward, kind of out to the side, back diagonal, and back, and then make your way back around. Again, you don't want to lean too much on this one. Do that 20 or 30 seconds, and then you can repeat that again, and you can repeat a third time if you want to. But those 5 exercises are a great place to start if you're having any hip pain. Really start to strengthen those hip muscles and hopefully get rid of that pain.